Hi there, I am Dr. Odoi from Oasis Women's Functional Medicine. And if you have been noticing some more brain fog, forgetfulness, or mental fatigue as you get older, you are not imagining things. And here is the good news: there is so much we can do to support brain health as we age, naturally and holistically. Today, I will walk you through how functional medicine helps women reclaim clarity, memory, and cognitive energy using food, movement, hormones, and sleep, not just pills or prescriptions. So let's get into it. One of the biggest game changers in brain function for women is actually the queen of the hormones, estrogen. During perimenopause and menopause, your estrogen and progesterone levels fluctuate, and that impacts your memory and word recall, mood regulation, sleep quality, and brain energy metabolism. So when we talk about brain energy metabolism, your brain actually takes up 20% of the nutrients that you consume on a daily basis, and it metabolizes it to create energy in order to carry out all the functions that the brain needs to function. So if you think about all the other organs in your body and your brain needing about 20% of the nutrients that you take in, it really highlights the more reason why you should nurture and take care of your brain as you get older. So, in functional medicine, we don't just suppress symptoms, we support your body through the transition when estrogen and progesterone levels are fluctuating. And that might look like seed cycling. When we say seed cycling, we are thinking about nuts and seeds, hormone friendly foods, and liver detox to help support your body process estrogen safely and effectively. And when I talk about liver detox, I am not talking juices or juice detox. We are doing the real thing of detoxing your liver so that you can better process estrogen, because estrogen is indicated a lot in brain health. So your brain doesn't just age, it shifts with your hormones. Understanding that is very empowering. So food for focus and memory. Let's talk about food because it's taking up 20% of your nutrient. And so when I think about the brain, I'm thinking about a very luxury car, like ultra luxury car. You don't put regular, gasoline in luxury cars. You put in premium gas. So think about your brain that way, that you want to feed it premium food. So main things are leafy green vegetables that are rich in folate and antioxidants. Wild salmon or flax seeds that are rich in omega 3s, berries, blueberries that are rich in, anti-inflammatory substances to help reduce oxidative stress, avocados and walnuts. So one easy tip to remember which nut helps with your brain is that the walnut actually looks like a brain. When you look at a picture of a brain and you look at a walnut, it looks very, very similar. Anyway, just mind blowing some of these, like the ways nature points us to foods that are good for us. So herbs and spices, like this is how you would add to your cooking, like turmeric, rosemary, and sage. There are some really good turmeric tea, recipes that you can have on a daily basis to help to boost your brain power. The main thing is to avoid blood sugar crashes. And the way to do that is to eat foods that are high in protein and fiber, and healthy fat. With every meal, um, high protein, high fiber, healthy fats. The next thing is sleep. So, sleep is your brain's rehab. Your brain actually cleans itself while you sleep. For instance, we have different stages of sleep, and we know that deep sleep is when your brain, when you are in the deep sleep part of the sleep stages, is when your brain removes toxins, resets neurotransmitters, and consolidates memory. So if you are having trouble with memory, it may mean that you are not having enough deep sleep. And there are tools that you can wear to measure your sleep while you are sleeping, so you know how much time you are spending in deep sleep and REM sleep versus non-REM sleep. So there are ways to monitor all of these things so that you optimize your brain health. So, for instance, if your deep sleep is being disrupted because you are going through menopause or perimenopause and you are having hot flashes, anxiety, and busy thoughts, your brain does not get the reset it needs. So, what helps is keeping a consistent bedtime, limiting screens 1 hour before bed, having a wind down routine on a daily basis, which can include prayer and meditation and some light stretching. Also, magnesium rich foods right before bedtime can be helpful. It could be a handful of pumpkin seeds, or if you have a magnesium supplement, that's the best time to take it. Magnesium glycinate, for instance, is very good for sleep. Um, in the long run, you just want to aim for restorative, consistent sleep, so that you can rejuvenate your brain, reset your brain on a daily basis. The last part of our brain or is movement. So we are not discussing, heavy weightlifting or heavy exercise routine. We are talking about a 20-minute walk every day, brisk walking. So brisk walking is walking fast enough that you would not be able to hold a note or hold a conversation for a long time. That's when you know you've engaged in brisk activity or moderate activity for 20 minutes. And gentle strength training 2 to 3 times a week helps. Movement, does not have to be intense. It just has to be consistent and enjoyable. Pick something you enjoy doing and be consistent with doing it, however you can manage. The last part is the brain and gut connection and inflammation. So, did you know that your gut makes up to 90% of your serotonin? 90% of your serotonin, which we know is a neurotransmitter for mood stabilization, is made in your gut, and that it constantly communicates with your brain. So it communicates with your brain via the vagus nerve, which is the longest nerve in your body. It goes from your brain all the way through your gut. So that's how we have a brain and gut connection. So how can you support your gut? Is by increasing the variety of plants that you take in. And because plants tend to be high in fiber, which tends to be high in prebiotics, and prebiotics are important for gut flora because they eat the prebiotics and they make these wonderful short chain fatty acids, which are like a good fuel for your brain. So that's the connection. Staying hydrated. Your brain is 75% water. So being hydrated and staying hydrated is key in maintaining your gut balance. Also, avoiding overuse of antibiotics or ultra processed foods. So, gut healing is brain healing, if you think about it that way. So in functional medicine, we always ask what the root cause of your brain fog, of the memory loss, or mental fatigue. It might be blood sugar dysregulation, it might be estrogen imbalances, it might be gut inflammation, sleep deprivation, or even a buildup of stress over time. Once we identify the cause, we build a personalized plan to support your brain with food, movement, sleep, and environment. So, aging does not mean you lose your mental edge. Your brain is adaptable, it's powerful, it's capable of thriving, especially when we nourish it from the inside out. So if you are ready to ditch the fog and reclaim your sharpness, we would love to partner with you. Visit www.oasisfunctionalmedicine.com to schedule a discovery call to learn how we can get started. And if this video was helpful, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe for more women's wellness wisdom rooted in functional medicine. Remember, your clarity is your power. Let's protect it together. Thank you.